Azim. For you, you're gonna try to keep the yashan, but for her, whatever she eats.
Because Bet Yosef was already a big introduction this year.
And did you do it?
I did it.
Good. So Bet Yosef is actually a little bit more lenient than the Kemach Hashan, or the Chalav Israel, because this is the Oraita. So listen to the way the world works. If you understand the way the world works is, since we do a lot of averot, and we all do a lot of averot, you got to get punished somehow. A lot of times people think punishment is, I get sick, I get accident, I get whatever. That's punishment. That's pretty serious punishment. But punishment is also, the Gemara says, if you want to take out a nickel and you take out a quarter, or you want to take a quarter, you take out a nickel. So Hashem says, the Gemara says, that's punishment. That's punishment. Why?
Sweet.
Oh, beautiful. Exactly, right? Beautiful, right? So a lot of times, and I said this to my kids, I said, people complain about washing dishes, about doing laundry, about cleaning the house. But what they don't understand is, it's difficult to wash dishes. But you know what? If you're washing dishes, number one, you're performing chesed. And number two, you're actually getting the suffering in the washing dishes. No, I'm serious. Why? Because of the fact that you are so, it's hard. Imagine a couple days ago, I did the dishes after the Shabbat. It was great. You know what I mean? But it was a lot of dishes, and it takes a toll on your back. Whatever. It's a little bit tiring. That in itself is a what? Tircha. Yeah, it's a little bit of It's a bothersome, and therefore it's suffering, and therefore whatever suffering you were supposed to get, this one is going to take it away. Now he was saying, I want to come into the store, supermarket, I want to go in and out and be out of there, right? So if he's going to take time and he's going to look at the Yashan and he's going to say, I don't understand, Rabbi, I'm the code eta. My son, Moshe, he actually texts with the guy who made the Yashan app. He texts with him. Yeah. You could actually get his number. And you text with him and you say, listen, I don't see this on the app. Can you please check it for me? And he quickly checks it and says, yep, it's no good. Yep, it's good. Yep, I'm going to, yeah. So, but that in itself is a little bit of suffering, which Hashem says, no problem. So I'm not going to give you the ticket that I was supposed to give you recently. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to make it. Everything is part of it. Yeah, it's part of this whole circle of life and the way it goes. Like he just gave us a whole shiur on how Avram came and he did his whole tikkun or whatever. Whoever thought about that? But yet each one of our actions is in a way a tikkun for something that we are lacking or trying to improve. For instance, I read recently in Over Shabbat, one of the rabbis, I believe it's Wasserman or something like that. Elchan Wasser, was he the one who was killed in Nazi camp? Yeah, he was, right? He left. He came to the United States. Rav Elchan Wasser, he came to the United States, and therefore he said, "I'm not going to leave my community." He went back, and he got killed. The Germans killed him. But right before he died, his students told him, "Rebbe, you taught us that we have to look at the positivity of everything, and that everything is for the good." He said, "What kind of good is this? I mean, we're going to be dead in a couple of minutes. Where's the good in this? You hear?" And he explained to them through a mashal. He gave them a little mashal, and through that he made them understand that we don't always understand everything. So he said there was a farmer, and one guy wanted to know what's this farmer's business in the whole field and whatever. How does the whole thing go about? So he said, "Okay, come, but don't ask questions. Just come and watch." Yeah, okay. So he went, and the farmer says to him, "You see this beautiful, tall, nice, grassy field?" He says, "Yeah." The guy started chopping it up. Started chopping the field up, made holes, this and that. The guy that was with him is like, "What did you just do? It was so beautiful. You just destroyed it." Yeah. He says, "Listen, I told you, don't ask." Yeah. Comes the next day, he shows him a whole bag of nice kernels of wheat. Beautiful, nice bag. Takes it, starts spreading it out everywhere. Covering it with the dirt and whatever. So the guy asked him, he said, "I don't get it. Yesterday you messed up the whole field. Today you took a whole bunch of nice kernels which we could have done something with it, and you took it, you threw it, and you buried them. What's up with that? Hey, he said, I told you, don't ask. A couple of weeks later, a couple of months later, this whole thing grew, right? He came, he says, wow, nice, yeah? Then what did he do? Took a tractor and chopped everything off. He says, yeah, anybody mind? What, you working so... After he chopped it off, he started beating it, he took all the kernels out, and he started, winnowing it, and this and that. He did all these things, and the guy still doesn't understand. What's his tachlis at the end? At the end, he made it flour, he made him bread, and he had him eat it. And he said, how do you like it? He says, wow, wonderful. So he says, you see, this bread that I made for you had to go through all that suffering and holes and, huh? Oh, very good, very good. So Rav Wasserman told him that when the Mashiach comes and he reveals to us everything, then we will understand why we needed Hitler for Yimach Shemo, why we needed Gaza. We will, but we have to let time. Be'ezrat Hashem, we should, but let's say they will see it once they get resurrected from the tal, from the dew, and when they get resurrected, their neshama will see it. But when we're in the middle of the story, and we don't understand why this one died, why this one got divorced, why this one, went through this whole, Shoah, and why this, 1,200 people were in the Gaza thing, and why so many soldiers had to die, we don't know. So as participants in the grand story of Hashem, we just have to know one thing, that this is Hashem's plan. And therefore, whatever it is, it is. And we have to be happy about it, and we have to internalize it in such a way that we know that everything is Hashem. Don't get me wrong, it's extremely difficult to understand why. You hear? I don't understand the why. And many times Hashem doesn't want us to understand the why. He just wants us to accept it. But accept it with love. It's very difficult. How do you accept love when a 5-year-old child dies? How? I don't understand, Hashem. 9 months it was in my wife's stomach, and not my wife's, but it came out, and we spent so much time on him, and the baby gets sick. We spend 2 years battling with him, and the baby dies. How do you explain that? So a lot of these families, they end up learning that, yeah, that's what it is. It's the hard way to learn it, you know what I mean? But we have, more simpler tests, which look very hard, and we have to internalize it and understand that that's exactly part of Hashem's plan. If it wouldn't be, guess what? It wouldn't be. You hear? So therefore, it is what it is. And part of understanding Kemach Hashan and Bet Yosef and Chalav Israel, it's a challenge. I want to eat a certain yogurt. I want to eat a certain... We drive into work, I'm like, man, I would love that ice cream. It's OUD. This world thing, everything is kosher, OUD. But you're like, you know what? It's OUD. So I'll pass it out. Oh, on this pass out? Hashem says, I got you. You passing that out? You didn't have to. I mean, you did, but you didn't have to. You hear? So this little suffering is what's gonna bail us out. So over here we're still back into our book of changing our world, changing our midot. He says our sages teach. He says, who is strong? He who conquers his evil inclination. As it states in Mishle, he who is slow to anger is better than a strong man, and the master of his passion is better than the conqueror of a city. And this is a major line, which just on this line we can go for. You know what he says? Who is a strong man? One who could be slow to his anger. He's a strong man. And I gotta admit, about 20 minutes ago I failed. You understand? No, 20 minutes ago I failed. And unfortunately, we don't fail because it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And you're like, wait a second. I don't get it. It's your fault, and you're blaming it on me? Meaning, the Yetzer Hara makes it look so against you, even though you're the innocent party. A lot of times in this world, the innocent get hurt more than the guilty. Why? Because,
Because they're innocent.
No, because like, with today's voting, I went in there today. I tell one of my friends who, I said, I went in there, no ID, no Shmaiti, no nothing. Give me the first three letters of your last name, first three of your first name, and then they're telling you, 5921 Callaway Street? No. 1103159? No. 369? Yes, that's the one. Okay. All right, sign over here. What? Okay, so guess what? Now I'm going to come later on. Now I know 59. So apparently on my name, there's a guy with 1972 and 1973. It's the same person. It's me. They just made a mistake.
Yeah.
So I could have went later on today, and I could have voted again for myself. Number one. My father-in-law who passed away, right? They don't know he passed away. I could have went, and Gavrilov, this, that. My mother-in-law, who's not in the United States, she's in Israel. She got a thing. My wife could go say, yeah. She got a thing anyway. They just scan that thing. Okay, sign over here. You show. And, where's the justice over here? Now, we were driving today and we were saying, listen, so what if they want to do that? Well, guess what? If they wanted to do the system, they could do it. So who's suffering? The innocent one who can't do it, who cannot do it. Meaning he doesn't want to do it because he wants to be innocent. You understand? So over here, he's saying, who is the strongest one? It's he who can conquer his evil inclination. Meaning he's the stronger one. He knows that he's going to lose his temper right now. But does Hashem really want you to lose your temper? He doesn't. He wants you to deflate the situation and try to maybe later on talk about it. But we unfortunately, we want to prove because of our ga'ava that we're right, and we are right. I'm not saying we're not right. We are right. But the thing is, not only that, but the person who's saying to you that you're not right, really they're not right, is dead strong that they're right. And you're like not understanding it. Are you normal? What? How can you even say that? Where do you come off saying that? You hear? And therefore we lose it. Why? Because Hashem knows. They know. Hashem knows that you. And you know who the smart people are? Are those that they just diffuse it. They walk away. You?
If you learn this morning, you don't even wear a kippah. When you talk about doing it, when you don't show, listen, what is bitachon has to do with the people?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. So he was testing your buttons.
Where do you put him? Go to Rebbe Klein, Abraham and that's my brother. I'm like, this guy, I go to more kudos, his son's married to my daughter. I go to children, I'm going to teach you. I go to all my sons, I go to the Torah, I go to Hashem, only me кричить. I go to Hashem, please let me marry my sons.
So this is what we go through every day, and our buttons are pressed, and that's what he wants us to conquer. You hear? Our wives are the best at it, and sometimes the husbands are best at getting their wives. You hear? But we have to sort of, and I'm talking to myself, we have to hold our guns, because, because that's, the mothers and the fathers, and because that's the person who's strong. Who's strong is the guy that knows he's going to blow up right now, and he holds himself. It's possible. We've done it. But Hashem wants us to do it every time. You hear? Huh?
Is that the expectation?
Yeah.
Like, is there like you? Like, does God know? Like, all right, I'm testing him 5 times. 4 out of 5.
Oh, he knows. And he knows you can do it. And you know you can do it. You hear?
I feel like God's moving too hard to test.
No. Yeah, it's just that.
It's not a test that God gives that you can.
Yeah. But sometimes I get, it just keeps going.
It's not you. It's everybody. If I shut this video off and you'll share me yours and I'll share yours, you'll be like, come on, stop. You'll be like, what? Come on, that's not just. And it is. Why? Because it's not just. And that's why it's so crazy. And that's why we have to be able to stand our ground and not lose it. Because the ridiculousness of it is what tells you that's Hashem. Here? So he says, what the world considers strength is the ability to dominate others. And the more domination and power a person achieves, the stronger he is. But these so-called strong people often have no control over their own selves. Such people are like animals who follow their desires blindly, with no ability to rein them in. You hear what I'm saying? Meaning, who's strong in this world? One who conquered the other person. But guess what? Those people generally don't have enough strength to conquer, to withhold themselves. You know, this Zera Levatala business is a major business. That's a major, major downfall of every man. You understand? And to conquer this, it's not easy, but it's doable. I thought it would never be doable. I thought that there's no such thing as controlling Zera Levatala. But apparently there is. Same thing with smoking, same thing with any other addiction that a person feels that I cannot get over it. The biggest addicts, especially like alcoholics, right? They get out of it through Alcoholics Anonymous, through very simple methods of it's not a mind game, but it's But acknowledgement is one thing. You can't work on it unless you acknowledge the fact that you're wrong and that you're doing something, not proper and so on and so forth. But I'm saying, with techniques that basically allow you to do this item, but not now. One of the major techniques they use is, you have to, like, for instance, never say, oh, I'm never drinking anymore. I'm never drinking alcohol anymore. No, they don't say that. They say, no, I'm going to drink alcohol all my life, but today I'm not going to drink it. Because they want you to win today. Forget about tomorrow. And this tactic really works. You should try it. Whoever has this addiction to things, you could use that everywhere. You hear? Basically, you say, no. If people invite you, let's say, oh, let's go have a drink. Say, listen, I'll have a drink with you tomorrow, but today I'm not drinking. And you firmly hold that today I'm not going to drink. And this way, it slowly will day by day, you'll see you conquering. When tomorrow comes, guess what? Tomorrow, which is today, I'm not drinking. But tomorrow I will be drinking. You hear? Because if you say, I'm never going to drink again, you just put such a load on yourself that you're like, I'll never be able to conquer that. I will never be able to conquer that. You hear? And I noticed, started working out in the morning, and if I do it myself, I'll never get through a set. So I found these 20-minute, 15, 20-minute, 30-minute videos. If you follow them, you're good. Why? Because he says, okay, we're doing this exercise for 40 seconds. So you see the time, oh, it's 30, 35, 36. I'm almost done. Okay, got it. But if I have nothing to look forward to, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it, I'm like, whatever. I'm tired already. You hear? There's no goal. There's no limitation. We need limitations. So therefore, today I'm not going to drink. Tomorrow, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll make an appointment. We're going to drink. But today, I promise us I'm not going to drink today. You hear? And I know a guy who some of us know that he's been sober for a while already. He finally got into this, AAA, and he talks differently. He thinks differently. Everything is different now. Why? Because he's he got himself into this focus of how they tell you to try to keep away from it. They know it's no good. Each one of us knows when we're addicted to something that it's no good for us. You hear? Even though it's a pleasurable thing, but at the end, right after we do it, we're like, damn, why did I do it again? Whatever it is, even drinking. Yeah, you kind of foolish, but then the next morning you're like, why the hell did I drink again? Again, I feel groggy. I feel like, right? Here.
I listened to a shiur that was talking about Yaakov. He was talking about
Avram Yakubov?
No, Yaakov from Canada.
Canada.
He was talking about why it's not good to drink.
Yeah.
And it's not good to get high. Something with Shabbat, the other choice, you're not allowed to go away from reality.
Yeah, but that's everybody.
Reality is what Hashem has told you.
Yeah, but that's what everybody wants to get out of.
A lot of people are in the wrong. A lot of people are in the
Honestly,
wrong
sometimes
reality.
for a lot of drinking, I'm not drinking to like really.
Getting messed up.
I'm drinking to like I don't know to have a good time. Like I made a difference.